As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. This truth is not merely a phrase. It is the foundation upon which a man's life is built. His thoughts are the architects of his destiny, shaping every condition and circumstance he encounters. A man is the sum total of his thoughts. His character is a reflection of the silent meditations of his mind. Consider Abraham Lincoln, born into poverty, yet refusing to be a prisoner of his circumstances. Through unwavering belief in justice and self education, he shaped himself into one of history's greatest leaders. Like the mighty banyan tree that was initially hidden in a tiny seed, every action, habit, and achievement springs from the hidden seeds of thought. Whether an act appears spontaneous or carefully planned, it originates from the silent chambers of the mind. Thought is the seed, action is the flower, and destiny is the fruit. If a man sows noble thoughts, he will reap joy and fulfillment. If he sows fear and doubt, he will harvest only sorrow. When Thomas Edison failed over 1,000 times before inventing the light bulb, he remarked, I have not failed. I have just found 1,000 ways that won't work. His success was not a product of chance, but his relentless thoughts of perseverance. Man is not a creation of luck, nor is he a victim of fate. He molds himself through the thoughts he cherishes. The law of cause and effect is not just an external principle governing nature. It operates within the unseen world of thoughts. Consider Mahatma Gandhi, who, with nothing but the power of thought and non-violent resistance, led a nation to independence. He did not wield armies, yet his inner resolve shaped history. A noble and godlike character is not the result of fortune, it is the outcome of sustained right thinking. Michelangelo once said that every block of stone has a statue inside it, and it is the sculptor's job to discover it. Likewise, within every man lies greatness, waiting to be uncovered through the chiseling away of weak and impure thoughts. Man is both the architect and the destroyer of his own being. By discipline, he ascends to divine perfection. By neglect, he descends to levels lower than the beasts. Consider Napoleon Bonaparte, who rose from obscurity to rule an empire through sheer will, yet failed due to his unchecked ambition. Between these two extremes lies every shade of human character, and man alone is their creator. Of all the truths rediscovered in this age, none is more liberating than this. Man is the master of his thoughts, the sculptor of his soul, and the builder of his fate. No chains can bind him but those he fashions himself. The mind is everything, declared Marcus Aurelius. What you think, you become. So the question is, how does one achieve such mastery? And the answer is through self-examination, discipline, and the relentless effort. Just as gold and diamonds are not found on the surface but deep within the earth, so must man dig the depth of his soul to uncover the divine truths within. If he watches, refines, and elevates his thoughts, he will see their effects ripple outward, shaping his character, influencing his circumstances, and transforming his very existence. Every experience, no matter how small, can serve as a stepping stone to higher understanding. A man's mind is like a garden, which should be intelligently cultivated, or it may run wild. This is the unchanging law. The mind, like the earth, yields according to what is sown. If left neglected, it will be overrun with weeds. So it is with every man. If he allows impure and weak thoughts to take root, they will grow unchecked, strangling his progress. But if he tends his mind with discipline, planting seeds of strength, purity, and purpose, he will shape his own fate. Through this process, he realizes that he is not merely a spectator in his life. He is the architect, the master gardener of his soul. It is often said that our outer world is but a reflection of our inner state. Consider the story of Nelson Mandela. Imprisoned for 27 years, he could have surrendered to bitterness, allowing his surroundings to dictate his spirit. Yet, in his solitude, he cultivated thoughts of unity and justice, emerging not as a vengeful man, but as a beacon of peace. His circumstances did not break him, they revealed him. The nature never places a man where he does not belong. His present position, no matter how bitter or sweet, is the sum of his past thoughts and actions. Even when adversity strikes, it is not an unjust punishment, but a lesson for his growth. History has shown this truth time and again. The great philosopher Socrates was condemned to death. Yet, even in his final hours, he remained steadfast, proving that no external circumstance can break a man whose mind is anchored in truth. He had cultivated thoughts so noble that even death could not shake them. A man does not rise to greatness by chance, nor does he fall into ruin by accident. Every achievement, every failure is first conceived in thought before it becomes a reality. Just as a small spark can set a forest ablaze, a single unchecked thought can shape a man's entire life. People do not attract that which they want, but that which they are. Many cry out against their circumstances, blaming fate, luck, or the cruelty of the world. Yet the wise man understands that he is not a victim, but a creator. The beggar and the billionaire are both the sum of their thoughts and habits. A man who desires wealth but dwells in laziness will never prosper. A man who wants peace but feeds his heart with anger will never know peace. Many desire success yet shrink from discipline. Many wish for health yet indulge in destructive habits. The rich man who suffers from disease despite his wealth has not yet mastered his own appetite. The employer who exploits his workers and later finds himself bankrupt blames circumstance, but it was his greed that laid the foundation of his ruin. Examples of this abound in history. The Roman Empire, once mighty, did not fall in a day. It crumbled because its leaders indulged in decadence and abandoned discipline. So does a man collapse under the weight of his own reckless thoughts and habits. Good thoughts and actions can never produce bad results. In the same way, bad thoughts and actions can never produce good results. This truth governs both the physical and moral world. A farmer does not plant thorns and expect roses, yet men sow seeds of envy, deceit, and laziness and wonder why they do not reap joy and success. The man who masters his thoughts masters his life. Man is not bound by fate but by himself. The key to his prison and the wings to his freedom are both forged in his mind. Let him choose his thoughts wisely, for in them lies the power of life and death. Hari Om Tat Sat.